Hey everyone, Caller Prime here. This is a different kind of video. Usually I don't like doing these kind of videos, but I feel like this needs to be discussion. MCU fans or just Marvel fans in general, we need to talk because I've been seeing recently that you guys have been really just going after a lot of critics who didn't like Ant-Man, you know? Or just anything related to Marvel recently. Like She-Hulk, for example. Like the few people who liked She-Hulk. This is an issue I feel that we have to discuss. Because not a lot of people that I can see have discussed this. You Marvel fans really cannot think of a good argument why it's good. I'm sorry, but you guys, but actually, before I say it, I just want to make it clear. I'm not talking about all of you. I'm just talking about a certain group. If some of you Marvel fans don't do this, I'm not talking about you. You're fine. Don't worry. You good. But I'm talking about these certain people, specifically. All right. So let's get started though. Anyway. You Marvel fans, you guys are really, like, you guys really just can't think of any argument to defend this, okay? Because this is the issue that I've been seeing. If there's something related to Marvel that someone doesn't like, you go after them for it all the time. Like, for example, you guys also say, like, oh, you don't understand it, or the most common argument, oh, it was in the comics, and this is the thing I have been seeing way too often. And this is the issue, because I'm a comic book fan myself, you know, and sometimes it can be a little annoying when someone hates on something I like, but if they don't like it, there's nothing wrong with that. It's their opinion, it's not affecting mine. But these dudes are like, oh, it's in the comics, so that means it's good, or something like that. And I'm just like, so then that means the comic's bad then. If that's the case, if that's what you're saying, because that's what it seems like you're saying. And that's a major issue for me. Because it's like, you guys can't think of any other argument. The only thing you say, it's in the comics. If it's in the comics, then one, show me. Two, then it's just not good then. Then if the comic does this, then screw the comic then. You know? If the Marvel Cinematic Universe is supposed to adapt it, would it take them to make it better? An example that I could think of is Gorr the God Butcher, for example. In my opinion, I'm not a big fan of Gorr the God Butcher. And that's mostly because he was underutilized, I feel. And didn't really display the God Butcher features. That's one example. I've seen some people say, oh, he was accurate, you know, and I'm just like, how? You know? I really don't get it. Or, oh, I actually have a better example. Okay, this is actually something I saw one time, I think like a few times on Twitter. You know, Twitter, of course. There was some about Mr. Knight, and I am actually one of the few, because I love Mr. Knight's design in the Marvel Comics, but when I saw him in the Marvel show, I'm like, the heck? Why is he a goofball? You know, I was so confused, and I didn't want them to do that because Mr. Knight's pretty ruthless and very different. But then, of course, Marvel fans decided, oh, he was comedic in the comics in like one panel, and I'm like, that's just one panel though, and that's a different writer. So yes. Maybe they're getting inspiration from that version, but that doesn't mean it's all in the comics, and it doesn't mean it's good either. It really bothers me when they do this. It's like, oh, if the character's comedic, they say it's from the comics. Oh, if the character does this, oh, it's in the comics. I'm like, it's just an excuse. Stop saying that. Think of something else. It really bothers me, because it's just like, you guys are Marvel fans. Should you think of better arguments for this? Why it's good? If that's the only thing you think of, that means that you don't have anything to say. Because what happens if someone else says, okay, then what's the comic like then? And, or would they say, oh, then the comic's bad, like what I say sometimes. And I'm not saying that all the comics are bad, just to want to make this clear. But if that's the case, then, that's the problem. That's just an issue for me. But yeah, that's something I've been just bothered by, and I want to make a video on it. Even if I was kind of reluctant to do it, but this is an issue that I've been seeing, and I feel like it has to be discussed. And we have to acknowledge it because Marvel fans have really been frustrating me. And it saddens me that some of these fans are just so, they just have such big egos and try to think of the smallest things that they can find to give evidence of this. Oh, it's in the comics. It really is. It's really frustrating. And also another reason why I'm also doing this video is because I saw a video by Double Toasted, who I love. I usually love their channel. And you guys should definitely check them out. They're very good. They're very good. They did a video review on Ant-Man, right? And I agreed with mostly what they said. And, about how Kang was underutilized and how they did MODOK. And recently, I think it was today they posted it, they had a video talking about some Marvel fan send an angry email to them. And literally, they're just like, oh, MODOK, why is... MODOK's always been funny in the comics. And I'm like, there's that argument again. Would you guys stop that already? Even though Double Toasted has agreed. It's like, that's not a real argument, though. And I'm like, exactly, thank you. That's exactly what I mean. It's not a real argument. That's what I've also saw about She-Hulk. She-Hulk has a similar thing. Where She-Hulk, when she breaks the fourth wall, and when it's really bad, because I'm sorry, I hate how She-Hulk breaks the fourth wall. It's really dumb. They also say, oh, it's in the comics. I'm like, I legitimately do not care, and literally, it literally does not serve a purpose. They utilize it well, okay, but another thing is, if they're saying she broke the fourth wall, why haven't I seen it yet? Mostly. Well, actually, no, hold on, I'm going to actually reword that. Give me a sec. I meant to say was, why haven't I seen it that often, though? That's the issue. Because you can just say, oh, she fourth wall break in this comic. Doesn't mean she did it all the time. That's my point. That's what I was trying to say. And I feel like it's just a major issue. And I feel like Marvel fans really have to stop saying that because it really is going to make them look arrogant and just unprofessional, really. Think of actual arguments, But that's what I can think of right now. But, oh, wait, actually, that's another one. Actually, I actually have another good example. I heard people say this about Venom one time also. This kind of, because actually, this is another thing I want to say. Because, like I said, I'm just going on top of my head. This is not, very structured well. So, sorry for that. Basically, I remember one time, when Venom came out in 2018, I was one of those few who were I just was okay with the Venom movie. I didn't love it, but it was fine, But I wasn't personally a big fan of Venom being comedic. I thought that was a little off-putting and making Venom and I think I like the more threatening Venom. I'm okay with being a good guy, but at least make him threatening. And of course, Marvel fans decided, oh, he's gonna be in the comics, but it's well, only in a few. In all of them, you see Venom's a pretty dark character. So, it's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous because they make it out to that it's in every single comic. When it's not. It's not. Maybe in some, yes, but it's not. Don't act like it's in every comic. That's the issue. So stop, please. Just, Marvel fans, please stop doing that, okay? But anyway, I'm going to end it here. See you guys next time.